Hello and welcome to the War Game, and you're joining me as I take a look into the second edition of the Germany Army book for Bolt Action. Now this is the first of the Army books to receive second edition treatment, and I'll be kind of flicking through and having a look at some of the changes in here. So the first section of the book is, as we've come to expect from the other Army books, is the history of the German Army in World War II. So it starts from right from the beginning in 1939 and then right up towards the end of the war, and it's accompanied by some nice photography and artwork as well. And this brings us to the army listings itself, which is the first place we start seeing the changes. Now we have two additional special rules, Blitzkrieg and also Tiger Fear. We've also got a change to initiative training as well. Now Blitzkrieg essentially gives your officers an additional activation when they use the snap to action rule, which is a new addition for Bolt Action 2nd edition, so it's a new rule for that. So essentially it gives you your second lieutenant, where we could normally activate one additional unit, he can now activate two, and there's an additional, so that's three altogether for a first lieutenant, and then it goes up and up. Initiative training has also been changed, so in the previous rules, if your NCO was killed, then on the roll of a 1 would he actually 1, 2 or 3 would he be removed from play and not replaced. However, the rules have been changed now, so only on the roll of a 1 is he removed. On the roll of anything else, he's just replaced by another member of the squad. The Hitler's Buzzsaw hasn't changed, but with the increase of shots for LMGs and MMGs in Bolt Action 2nd edition, this is really going to up the amount of firepower that your German squads can put out. Now Tiger Fear is the new special rule, that's the final one we're going to be looking at here, and it is a little bit controversial. Some people are saying it's overpowered, some people aren't. I haven't had a chance to play against it just yet, but so I'm reserving judgment just yet. But essentially, any unit which has line of sight to an enemy enemy German tank, which has the Tiger Fear special rule, which is mainly going to be the Panzer IVs and also the Tigers, obviously, and the Panthers, things like that. They count as if they've got an extra -1 pin marker. So this not only means that you're going to be shooting, you're going to be missing more shots potentially, but you're also going to be causing units which don't actually have any pin markers on them to be taking morale tests for order tests. So it can be quite effective, I can see, but if you're making good use of cover, then you might actually be able to avoid the special rule. So I'll reserve judgment until I've played against Germany a few times. So this brings us to the actual infantry listings themselves and the army listings. Now one of the main things you'll notice have changed is the formatting. I really like the new formatting in these books. It's very reminiscent of what we saw in the Conflict 47 rulebook that I looked at a while ago. So instead of it being all just in a paragraph with bullet pointed out, it's actually in this nice grid pattern. Everything's laid out, so you've got the costs of the different options there. So you've got second, first, captain, major, and then the regular, and then the veteran versions as well. You actually get the team composition, the weapons that that team has, and also the options as well. And if I skip further forward, you can see that some of the actual unit listings also have a special rules box at the bottom. Now for the most part, these army listings haven't actually changed at all. They're pretty much the same, the points cost are the same, the compositions are the same. However, we do have a few additional unit listings that have been taken from some of the theatre books. So for example, we've got in here, if I just skip through, we've got some of the Sturmpire Assault Engineers. I think we've also got some of the Gerbergsjäger squads. I might have just skipped past them, but I think there might be a bit further in. So it's quite a few additional units have been brought in since the initial release of the first edition Armies of Books. So it's very much keeps everything together and everything's in one place. And apart from bringing in some of the new units, there isn't really any brand new units that we haven't really seen before. Everything's pretty much already been seen before. And for the most part, the rules haven't changed either. The only place that I've noticed that one of the changes are with the Tiger Fear special rules for some of the tanks, and also the light mortar team for Germany cannot fire smoke rounds, which is actually, I believe, historically correct as well. So it's nice to see an additional change there. We've got the Goliath demolition teams in there as well. Brings us to field artillery again, pretty much the same kind of thing, with a few additional items being taken from the theatre books, and then it comes to the vehicles as well. So we've got the standard fare of Panzer IIs. We've got the Flampanzer in here as well, which is also, I think it's the Flamingo is this one. Then we can actually see some of the Panzer IIIs. None of these actually have the Tiger Fear special rule, by the way. When we come to some of the later ones, we have such as the Panzer V, which is the Panther here, and also the Panzer IVs over here. They have the Tiger Fear special rule. So it's going to be late war tanks that are going to be benefiting from that Tiger Fear special rule. Now, if I just flick right through the end, here Let's go carry on past the special rules. Quite a lot of vehicles listed for Germany. So we obviously come to the theatre selectors. Again, these are pretty much the same as before. I think everything's been kept quite balanced. And if I go right to the end of this book, I'll get there eventually. And there we go. So we have some specialist night fighting units in the appendix. So some additional units here which were listed in, I believe, Ostfront. So we have the Panther that has the IR equipment. We also have some of the Nachtjäger squads and also the SDKFZ 251, which has the infrared and some nice photography at the end there as well. So by and large, this book is pretty much just a facelift of the first edition Armies book. It's got lots of nice new layouts for the unit listings, very much easy to read, and also the fact that all those units have been brought in from their previous books really makes it a lot easier to kind of flick through this and say, okay, I want this unit, I want this unit, I want this unit, rather than having to pore over countless theatre books to find out the special rules and options for your unit. So it's very, very handy in that regards. So if you're a brand new player, then it's definitely something you want to pick up because you'll have everything in here. It's very comprehensive, and it's just an excellent place to start. If you're an existing Armies of Germany player, however, then you might not find that there's as much in here that you will make use of. Apart from the additional special rules and a few minor changes to the unit listings, you could probably just borrow friends and go through and make those changes yourself. There's not an awful lot of changes, which I suppose on balance is both a good and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it means that you don't really have to change up your tactics very much. You don't have to or reorganize your army listings and composition because your points costs have changed. But on the other hand, it does also mean that Germany is, apart from the new special rules, is pretty much going to be playing the same as before, which it's going to be a balancing act really. Some people are going to see it's a good thing, some people are going to see it's a bad thing. Myself, I would like to have seen maybe some brand new units as well in there, but I suppose it depends what is actually going to be coming out for the Armies of Germany in the future. So overall, really nice book to look at, lots of nice photography and artwork in there, very much kind of the same on par with some of the previous books that we've seen in this series. Now the RRP of this book is £20, and I'll be popping a link in the description below which will take you directly to where you can pick one of these books up for yourself. And again, if you're looking to start Armies of Germany and you haven't already, then definitely this book is worth picking up. Now if you enjoyed this unboxing or this review of this book, please do let me know in the comments below, and also subscribe to be kept up to date with all of my future videos. And until next time, thanks for watching and goodbye.